Which one? The Prophet came home one day. Came one day to his home and he found his servant Anas, a young boy, crying. And he's crying in a way that the Prophet told him, "Why are you crying?" And he said, Anas, "I love you, O Prophet, I love you in the sake of Allah. And I know my deeds will take me very low. And you will be up there somewhere, I'm far out. But I love you, Allah, I want to come to you, see you." And the Prophet told him, what? Al-mar'u ma'a man ahab. And the Sahaba, when they heard this hadith, they were so happy with it, with that hadith. Now if I ask anyone here, do you love the Prophet? 100%. All of us will say 1,000% even. Are you sure you love the Prophet? Yeah, 1,000,000%. What do you know about the Prophet? What? Okay, where did he live? How old is he when he died? What is his friends? What's his attributes? What does he look like? What he was doing? Why? Why should I know this? Because if you love someone, you have to know him. You have to know something about him. If you want to be with him, you have to know a little bit about him. Just a little bit. I'm not talking about... And I'll tell you some stories that really... very high, I believe. Look at this story. The first story I have is Sayyidina Abu Bakr. Sayyidina Abu Bakr, when the Prophet died, ﷺ, he put the army of Usama, 30,000 soldiers. At that time, this is all what the Medina had. And all the Arab Peninsula went back out of Islam. Only 3 cities. Mecca, Medina, and Taif. Only these 3. And the rest went back between rejecting zakah and saying another prophets. And the Sahaba at that time told him, "Keep the army with us." And said, "No, how can I stop a flag the Prophet raised? How? How can I do that? How can I do that?" And he went with Usama, radiallahu anhu. Usama was on his horse. And Sayyidina Abu Bakr was Amir al-Mu'mineen. And he was taking out beside him. And so Sayyidina Usama told him, "Oh, Abu Bakr, you're the Amir al-Mu'mineen. Let me down, or you go up on a horse." He said, "Wallahi, you will not go down, and I will not go up on a horse. You're the Amir, the Prophet assigned. But I want one favor. Keep Omar with me. That's it." And he approved. Imagine the Khalifah al-Mu'min is asking one of his army, "Give me one." And he agreed. The second one, Sayyidina Umar. Whenever he sees Sayyidina Usama, what does he call him? "Ya Amir." And Sayyidina Usama said, "What are you talking about? I'm one of your people." He said, "No, the Prophet assigned me as my Amir. You are my Amir." And he's Amir al-Mu'mineen at that time. And who's Umar? Every one of us, like Dr. Umar said, every one of us, when he talk about the Sahaba, Amir al-Umar, immediately, but Sayyidina Abu Bakr is higher than him. But with that, he's telling Usama, why? Because he loves him. You want more than that? I'll give you more. Sayyidina Rasulullah ﷺ in Hajjat al-Wada', Sayyidina Abu Bakr, before Hajj, the last Hajj, he sent Sayyidina Abu Bakr at the head of Hajj. And now he had Surah Bara'ah came, Tawbah, Bara'ah, and he sent Sayyidina Ali after him. What did he send Sayyidina Ali with? The donkey of the Prophet. The donkey, Sayyidina Ali rode on it. And when Sayyidina Abu Bakr started talking, they told him that there's a messenger came. He looked, he found who? Sayyidina Ali on the donkey of the Prophet. Immediately Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, "Are you coming as an Amir? Or you want to announce something?" Just because he is on a donkey of the Prophet. How do you know that this donkey is for the Prophet? Much harder one, in the Fath Makkah. Sayyidina Abbas took Abu Sufyan on the donkey of the Prophet again. Imagine, Sayyidina Abbas put Abu Sufyan. Who's Abu Sufyan at that time? The head of Kuffar. The head of Kuffar at that time. But just he's on the donkey of the Prophet ﷺ. He pulled him, and everyone sees Sayyidina Abbas, uncle of the Prophet, and they don't know the person on the donkey, but they see the donkey of the Prophet. What do you think? It's okay, move on. Move on. But the head of state, the head of the police at that time said, "No, Omar, stop. Where are you going?" And he starts, and it's another story. But with that, even that, we love the Prophet just for anything. If you see Ahmad ibn Hanbal, when he died, he had 3 hairs of the Prophet. They glorify the Prophet by knowing him. The Prophet's birthday, even though it's not authenticated, in the 12th of Rabi' al-Awwal. It's coming after 2 months from now. I have a suggestion to everyone here. Try to make an essay. Try to make, our kids are very good with computers. Are the best. Try to give them something that, and give them even some money, some incentives. Try to tell them, tell me something about the Prophet. Write an essay, 2 pages, 3 pages, they're good. They have summer, they're enjoying their time. Tell me something about the Prophet. Write something, so that you know. So that's, when we meet him, we try. We try. For our sake, wallahi, we'll try. Because one day, like Dr. Ahmed was saying in his khatira before I come in, the people who hate us, they will still keep mocking us. And I agree with him. They will keep on trying to deviate us from the right path. But because we are connected to the Prophet ﷺ, we'll have somewhere to go. But the problem, if you don't know him, when you see him, how can you tell he's the Prophet? How? We need to know him from his attributes, from his way of talking. You know, I have something that sometimes my son says the same wording as me. And one of my relatives said, "Oh, I heard your son's voice, I thought it's you." Just by this wording. Do you know the Prophet, ﷺ, his wording, his way of thinking, his smiles, which I took it from him, by the way. I'm not the creator of the smile. He's the one. مَا رُؤْيَ رَسُولَ إِلَّا مُبْتَسِمًا عَلَيْهِ السَّلَامُ. Always smiling. I'm just trying to get something from him. Because if you want to love him, and inshallah all of us love him, we'll go and see him and talk to him and say, we followed your sunnah. We followed your path. We tried our best. I know our best is not enough, but we tried. This is what I want to talk about today. Inshallah, when all of us meet him, ﷺ, when all of us, inshallah, he will take us, all of us to Jannah, with him in high Firdaus. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا اللهم اجمعنا بنبينا في الفردوس الأعلى من الجنة اللهم اجمعنا بنبينا في الفردوس الأعلى من الجنة اللهم اجمعنا بنبينا في الفردوس الأعلى من الجنة واجعلنا للجنة من الداخلين وللفردوس من الساكنين وللصراط من العابرين وللكتاب من الآخرين باليمين وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وجزاكم الله خيرا. جزاكم الله خير.